Hello. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I'm Adam Tilted, your Dizzy Dude. Thanks for stopping by. Today on Thoughts from a Dizzy Dude, we are continuing the Getting to Know You series. I'm really excited about my guest today, Mr. Adam Purcell. Let me bring him on. Adam.
I'm the big Canadian teddy bear.
The teddy bear, my teddy bear from Canada. So, Adam, how you doing?
Good, man. I literally just threw that as you were talking. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Look how terrible that is.
Oh, I think it's cute.
That looks like a marijuana leaf, not a maple leaf. I'm sorry for offending your fans.
Now what's the difference?
It's true.
Adam, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions in a little while so we can get to know you a little better. But first, can you just tell everybody who you are and what you do and where you're from?
Well, I was born in Toronto, Ontario no, I'm just joking. I'm not going to go back that far. My name's Adam Purcell. I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I have a company called Care and Counts. Looks like this. I know Adam has one of my lovely shirts, as I have one of his. I have a business that is based in empathy. It came from a service background, and through that process, story came, and now I'm building a business. So the story happened. I'm building a business, and what I do is I get people to care, so small businesses can sell them shit. And that doesn't mean that we manipulate people to care. I work with people that are actually truly authentic, treat their staff great, treat their customers great, and we curate their story and get people to pay attention so they can sell them stuff. It came from a service background, and as it progressed, I had to figure out what the heck is this business. So that's what it is.
At the end of the show, I'll give you a chance to tell people how they can get in touch with you and if they want to connect further. But first, I want to thank you guys for stopping in. If you could, it would be so wonderful if you could help support the show at patreon.com/AdamTilted. You can just get $1, please. If everyone who watched my last show had given $1, I could have accomplished my first fundraising goal. So every little bit helps. I need a new microphone. I only need a couple $100 to do that. And if you hop over to patreon.com/AdamTilted, you can have an opportunity to contribute. And there are also some fun rewards too. So if you want to become a monthly sponsor, then there are some chances for you to win some stuff and get to see different special parts of the show and all that kind of stuff. With no further ado, let's get to know Adam Purcell.
Ooh, thank you for having me, by the way. I didn't say
thank you for coming. Thank you for coming again. We did try this once before, and we had some technical difficulties. So we got that all figured out now, and I'm just going to jump right in with some questions. All right?
Okay, I'm scared.
Would you rather be an insect or a reptile?
That's a crazy question. I would say a reptile. Insects I think you might accidentally be stepped on if you're an insect. And reptiles can be cute. No one really likes insects.
Hi, Joanne. Joanne Cross says hello.
So I'd say reptile, because there are cute reptiles. You might inadvertently get stepped on, not on purpose. If I do something to anger you and you step on me, that's cool. But insects get stepped on by mistake all the time. That would suck, just to be in the middle of doing something fun to get.
Oh, you're just about to get to that flower and bang.
Everyone's always hitting you and stuff. So yeah, no.
All right, what is your least favorite chore around the house?
All of it. All of it. I know I'm like Mr. the Care and Counts. Least favorite is there's one single chore. I'm really just not great at that. At any of them. I'm the one that gets in the morning, gets the kids ready for school, and I do the dishes. I guess yard work. I know people love yard work because it's like you're making your lawn look great, and don't you have pride in your property? I don't like yard work. I despise yard work.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it myself. What inspires you?
Happy people that give off that happy energy. I'm the mushy guy that sees the commercial and falls. I'm the one that sees that post. And if you look at my Care and Counts page, like, it's mainly just sharing good stories because I see it and I'm like, and so anything that's based in like happy and people caring and loving each other, that inspires me above everything.
Are you organized?
No. Let me rephrase that. I'm anal and organized with tasks, and with when I'm producing something, everything has to be organized. When I work with clients and we go do a Facebook Live show as well, and they're more, okay, we're gonna go live and we're gonna do this, and just kind of don't worry about it. So no, to make it look easygoing, you need to make sure I'm the one kind of producing it. So I have to have it organized, but I'm not gonna turn the camera around and show you my space here. It is not super organized. It's up here.
Yeah.
my wife walks in, and she's like, "Seriously, seriously?"
Joanne Krall says, "Call me."
Yeah,
She can help
true.
you get organized.
I know.
Yeah, Joanne ended up being the first one that I interviewed for this series. So go back and watch hers. That was a fun time.
Sensible organizer.
If you guys need organizing help, Joanne is the one to go to. All right, you can have a superpower, but only for 24 hours. What would you pick?
Only 24 hours. I think it's got to be to fly. It'd be interesting to, I think just to fly, regardless if it's for 10 minutes or 24 hours or forever. I think to be able to fly would be pretty awesome.
Fly's been a popular answer.
What, has there been one that's like that really surprised you that someone said?
So far, they've all been travel related. People want to be able to travel the world and see their friends and family without having to travel. Yeah,
What's yours?
Yeah, that was Joanne's answer.
What's your superpower?
Mine would be teleportation, which is basically the same thing.
Same.
Because travel is hard for me. I'm the dizzy dude, so I get seasick just standing still. Not to mention in a plane, a train, or an automobile. So it would be really great for me to just like instantly appear somewhere, even just down the street. That would be so great. All right, Adam. You can learn the answer to one mystery. Which one do you pick?
So one mystery. See, I loved the Loch Ness, but I know there's no answer. The answer is there's no such thing as a Loch Ness. I think it's pretty obvious.
Or is there?
Sasquatch, the same thing growing up. I was enthralled by those stories. So those are two that I already know the answer. It'd be cool if there was actually some truth to it. So one great mystery. What would I like to know the answer to if there is something up there?
Afterlife?
Because I'm not super religious, but that would be a nice thing to know. It would answer a lot of arguments.
Yes, it would.
And also solve a lot of wars. I think that say.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'd all be more relaxed.
I think that's the greatest mystery that we'd all. Isn't that?
Yeah, what happens when we die?
It's controversial to say it's a mystery, right, to some people, right?
Well, that's true because some people believe they already know, and that's fine. But it would be nice to know, like, for sure, one way or the other. How do you cope with stress?
Usually some mindless activity, like usually sit down and watch. I don't watch. I love TV, but I force myself not to watch a ton of it. I'll get lost in a show, or I'll get lost in a book. But I don't read a lot. But I'd say lost in a show is probably the number one answer. Number one answer, Alex.
What would you do with $1 million?
Invest. It's very boring.
I think that's a very responsible answer. $1 million doesn't really buy much.
Say $1 million. 20 years ago, say $1 million. You go, and you're like, think of the world's just opened. $1 million now, okay, I got to be practical. I'll buy something silly for $5,000 or $10,000 or even $50,000. Buy something.
What if it was $10 million?
$10 million. I would find a way to help a few people I know need a hand. Help my family, and then take half of that and put it away before I even touch it, and then do the rest.
Joanne Krall says excellent answers.
And which one was that? That answer? I think it's probably that answer she meant.
Yeah, I think she's liking all of your answers. I'm liking all of your answers.
Yeah, but Joanne's awesome. We all know Joanne's awesome.
Oh, of course. What would you tell your 20-year-old self?
Tell my 20-year-old self, you're worth more than you think you are.
I like that.
In a sense, I get mushy just thinking about it because this is deep. I'll probably have friends that come and watch. I think I took the easy way out in a sense that I went to school because I was supposed to go to school because that's what you do. I had help with school that my parents helped me through school, so I went as far as money-wise. And it's cheaper in Canada, just so you know. It's much cheaper than the state universities, just much, much cheaper. Not saying it wasn't valuable, but just so you know, not a $300,000 bill like some of the schools in the States, right? Anyways, and I went through school, tried to figure things out. I ended up working at a bar, and I had the opportunity to be an owner of this bar. And I had the ability to go home and say, hey, can you help me out? It helped me extend that lifestyle, which was awesome and fun, but didn't allow me to really, truly realize and value who I was. And people say, oh, you're a nice guy. You care. You do this. Like, you should. Even someone say, what are you going to do with your life? And I'd say, well, I'm in the bars. It's awesome. But I never really looked inside and said, what do I have to offer until I started using social media and using my creativity, and then started realizing, like, there's something in there, and go for it.
Yeah,
so
isn't that interesting? I had a similar experience,
Yeah.
You know a little bit of my story, but I was a public school educator for most of my career, and then when I moved to Houston 8 years ago, did some corporate training stuff. But then I became disabled and was not able to work, and thought, oh, what I'm gonna do now? But social media has given me the opportunity to do some really cool stuff. Like, who would have thought? I never would have thought I would be able to not only like fulfill that need that I have to offer something to the world and help people, encourage other people to love each other and all that. That's always been one of my passions. But there's also an opportunity for me to make that my business. So I think that that's really great, especially for someone like me who, limited mobility, and I can do this when I want to. So it's been really great. So I've been really excited about this series because it's been fun talking to my different friends and seeing the similar answers and the different answers. Hi, Danica. Good morning.
I'm waving at my phone because I can see people. I should be waving here. Sorry.
Adam, if people want to follow up with you, get to know you, connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
I have a website that's always under construction, but KarenCounts.ca. You can check out my Twitter, Karen Counts, Instagram, Karen Counts, and Facebook, Karen Counts. Snapchat, which I'm getting back in to do it more often. It's Purcellraptor, and I'll spell it out for you, Purcelli, and then the word raptor. My business is very local right now as far as my clients, and I'm looking to extend that. I'm just working on the strategy because I think I really like wrapping my arms around my clients. I'm just trying to figure out how to still be me and duplicate myself somewhere else. So working on that.
Well, so am I.
Yeah.
A lot of us are doing that. That's the way to go, right? It's not about what you can provide. It's can you help them solve their problem?
Exactly, and I say that very upfront when I meet with them. I don't convince anyone. I say, "This is what I do, and I want to partner with you. This is me and me orders. Like I'm here to work with you, and your ideas are as good as mine, and vice versa."
Right. Exactly. That's how I do it too. Yeah, because I don't presume to be the expert to come in and tell you how to run your business, but I do have some suggestions on things you could do to, for instance, make it more accessible for people in a wheelchair. So, I do that kind of thing. Follow Adam on one of his...
Wherever I am here. I think you're I'm over there.
Follow both Adams. Danica says partnership is key, which I agree with. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Thanks again, Adam Purcell, joining us from Canada. And
thank you for having me.
It's been really fun. And I'm your dizzy dude, Adam Tilted. And until we meet again, don't be afraid to step outside the lines. Bye.